All-Star Lacrosse. Grow the game and treat it well.
You're naughty.
I'm the dude.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk to you about True Lacrosse and their new handles, new shafts. They call them handles. I think they call them handles. I don't know, I always call them shafts. Handles is such a better word. Shaft. Anyway, let's go. True Lacrosse. That's a little insert that came with the shafts they sent me. If you've not heard of them, it's because they're brand new. The company that makes True shafts is True Temper, which has been involved in sports forever. Golf shafts. They've been making lacrosse shafts since I think 2004, and they have made them for some of the biggest companies out there. So what companies will do is they will buy from True Temper, slap their logo on it, give it a name, and resell it, which is very common with a lot of things. So I was a skateboard artist for a long time, and at the time there were not a lot of wood shops. I don't know how it is now, but there were like, I don't know, 7 or 8 big wood shops, which would buy Canadian hard rock maple, 7-ply, press them in 7 plies with the same glue, same wood, same glue, same process pretty much. The presses are all similar. Concave, a little different, shapes a little different, but basically those wood shops would then sell to every major brand, who would then screen print or heat transfer their graphics on with their name, their logo, skater's name if it was a pro model, and hundreds of different companies were now selling the same product. And so that's why skateboard art is so important, because when it comes down to it, you walk into a shop, all the boards on the wall are the same. They're the same material, made by the same people. It's the art that can hook someone, or the way a company positions their brand. We're the Hesh hardcore guys, or we're the punk rock crew. We're the style hip hop guys. There's so many different brands and styles of brands. In a business environment like that, you have to be really careful about your branding and how you position yourself. So anyway, True Temper. So lacrosse shafts, a little bit similar. True Temper isn't allowed to say, we make shafts for them, and them. If you talk to someone from True Temper, they won't come right out and tell you, unless it's a partnership without a non-disclosure agreement, which there probably are some. But somehow people know. Epic, I believe, is a True Temper shaft. East Coast Dyes, the carbon shaft, I believe that is a True Temper shaft. Alpha, I think they use True Temper. I don't know about. I've been doing a lot of work for Jordan McBride and Era. I never asked him where he gets his shafts made, but they don't feel like True Temper, so I don't think they are. But there's a number of other. STX was a True Temper shaft. Their composite shafts and their alloy shafts were True Temper for years. Recently, the rumor was that they switched. They got a new manufacturer. I got one of the new shafts, a deep hole that my son's been using all season, and he loves it. And I asked the sales rep, who makes it? If it's not True Temper, who is it? And he couldn't tell me. So it's either that they found a new manufacturer, which, if you think about it, that's hard to do. The experience that a company like True Temper has, and the R&D that they've put in over the years, they've kind of perfected it. So it's either that STX found a brand new manufacturer, or they renewed their contract, their non-disclosure agreement, and it's still True Temper. I don't really know. The fact of the matter is, True Temper, and subsequently True, knows what they're doing with making shafts. It's definitely a brand you can trust. When I first got an email telling me that these were coming, that they were, in the process of looking for people to send them to, I got these a couple months ago. I was just too busy to make a video with the seasons going on. But it allowed me to coach with it for most of the season and my kid to play with it for most of the season. I didn't get a long pole. I wish I had. But this, so I used the composite SF 4.0, and there's 2 flex profiles. This is a 6, and then there's a 9. I believe the 9 is more flexible than the 6, so it would make sense, but maybe it's the other way, I don't know. But this isn't super flexible. Yeah, so the 9 would have to be more flexible. But it's great. It's got a nice finish. It's a sandblast finish, but it's not super rough. It could be rougher. I like pretty grippy shafts. It's kind of a standard profile. I believe there's concave here in the facets. Yeah, there is. It's not a lot, but there's a little bit of concave. Yeah, it's you can feel it more. The corners are a little more rounded in the composite shaft than the alloy, but I can feel the concave in this a little more. But it's not heavy concave, but it's a good feeling handle. I like it. My kid has used the gate ice that we've had in the family for like 8 years. Somehow it hasn't broken. Real light shaft, and he threw his Lakota, the inside out die Lakota that I did, on this when we got it and took it off the gate ice, and no noticeable weight increase. It is a little heavier, but not much. So this is a nicely weighted shaft, not too heavy. Feels stronger than the gate ice. I'm surprised that hasn't broken. This is the Epic. This is a Dragonfly X30. I don't know what gen or whatever. I haven't really followed that stuff or kept up with it. It's an early one. I've had it for quite a few years. But I was never a fan of this handle. The shape is okay, but it seems thick. And maybe it's because the sides, the concave areas, the half facets or whatever they are super concave, but they're small. So there's big flat spots, which just kind of makes it feel beefier in the hands. I don't like it. So I never bought another one after this one. I know that there are kids on my team who have Epic shafts that I like. I've held them, and I like the way they feel. But this one I didn't dig. The ECD carbon shaft, I think there's a kid on my team with one, and I don't remember picking it up, so I can't really comment on that. But I mean, you know, if you're looking for a carbon shaft and you want, like, that's the thing with branding. It's cool to support the brand. You have a brand you like, and you know that their shaft or their skateboard is the same as every other company's. You still may want to support that brand, regardless of cost or price. So if you're a fan of East Coast Dies and you want that carbon shaft, which I don't blame you, then go for it. Even though, you know, this is it might be the same and it might be cheaper, whatever. That doesn't really matter when it comes to consumerism. You know, if you're a fan, you're a fan, and saving 10, 5, 10, 20, whatever dollars, it doesn't really matter. Same with Epic. You know, if you're a supporter of Epic and you didn't know that their shafts were true temper, it may not even matter now that you do, because you're a fan of their whole deal. The way they position themselves, the way they market their product, the people behind it, like in the case of East Coast Dies. I mean, if you're a fan of East Coast Dies, it's mostly because you're a fan of Greg, which is fine. You know, he's a personality, and he's positive, nice guy, great for the game, and he's done awesome things. So by all means, buy those shafts if that's what you like. I have never tried one. Greg, you should send me one. I'd love to try one. But True Temper, so I was real excited when I got the email that they were going to do it, because I kind of naively thought, oh, they're going to enter the marketplace with a high quality product similar to what's out here, but they're going to do it cheaper. And I'm not sure what the alloy, what they're selling this for, but they're selling this one for, I believe, $110. And when I initially saw that, I'm like, what? Come on, you guys have, you know, everything's in place. You hit the ground running. All you had to do is, you know, slap that on it. But then I started thinking about it. They can't undercut their customers, the customers they produce shafts for. If all of a sudden they offered this for $60, then they just sort of screwed their whole customer base. That other side of the company, the business, the manufacturing. So I get it. So 110, I believe they're selling it for. I don't know how that compares to the Carbon, East Coast ECD Carbon, or Dragonfly. I haven't really priced shafts in a while. It's probably 110 seems like it's probably in line with other companies, but maybe those other ones are more. I don't know. They haven't had to market their products before, so obviously there's costs associated with having a retail sales team and marketing team, because previously they just sold to other companies to resell. I'm excited. I like the name. I like the bold typeface that they used. It's just a aesthetically pleasing shaft. So I don't know. They can do anything. I mean, they've got the facilities, the manufacturing facilities, to just go bonkers, right? They can just go nuts. So anyway, true Lacrosse. I would definitely suggest looking into it. 110 is not bad for this shaft. I wish I looked up what this was, but it's a great alloy shaft. It doesn't, it says it's got the sandblast finish. It's not completely smooth, but I don't feel much of a sandblast finish on it. It's a real light sandblast. You can see it, because it's not shiny. Sorry it's been so long for videos. I've had a super busy season. The first video in, I think, 3 months, maybe? I uploaded the highlight video of my Red Star team that was someone else's video, so I didn't actually do anything with that. I assistant coached on my older son's team, which is a JV high school team. I think they went 11-4, which was nice. And then I head coached my younger son's U13A team, and we went 7-6 in the regular season, lost in the first round of the playoffs. So without postseason and without non-divisionals, we were above 500 with a 7-6 record, which is huge because I wasn't expecting to get a single win. We were real soft on talent compared to last year. Last year's U13A team was a far more talented team, but they were selfish. It was a selfish team. We had a lot of individuals. So some kids who distributed the ball and tried to play team offense. But this year, it was just all team offense. I think 75% of our goals were assisted at the youth level. That's cool. If you watch the highlight video, it's a Red Star team. That's from a tournament. It's entirely my spring team. No one else on that team. So a couple kids missing from my spring team, but there's a lot of assists in there. And we won that tournament, which was huge. Oh yeah, counting the tournament wins, we were 11-7. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we won that tournament, which was awesome. I made, I don't have anything with me, but I made all the uniforms for my team. Red Star Bears, that was cool. But anyways, good season all around. Both boys had a blast. I coached 7 days a week for like 4 months, which is too much. I was exhausted. All right, thanks for watching. I will get back to you guys hopefully in a week. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you want to see more, click the video that's playing in the upper right of this screen. Click subscribe, click like. Go check me out on Instagram, Red Star Lax, and be excellent to each other.